What is up, everyone? Welcome to another video. My name is Jessica. If you are stumbling upon my video, I hope you'll subscribe, stick around. I do beauty videos like this. I also do vlogs and all kinds of stuff in between. So today we're talking about almost 40 different beauty items I've used up, my reviews, my full thoughts on whether I think they are totally awesome, totally terrible, or maybe they're only right for certain people. We'll get into all of that. So I love doing this video. I've been doing what I call empties videos like this for a very long time. If you want to catch a playlist, of course, some things are repeated, but there's lots of new things in each video too. So I'll link that playlist. So let's dive in. So first empty is actually the sponsor of this channel, but I have 3 empty bottles of my Ritual Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin. So thank you, Ritual, for sponsoring this portion of the video. I use Ritual vitamins. My husband takes them. My daughter Genevieve takes them. They are who I trust for multivitamins, and I'll get into why. But first I want to share that they are doing a huge Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, 40% off. I feel like so many sales I'm seeing for Black Friday and Cyber Monday this year, like 25%. Rituals is 40% off of all of their products on their site. I love their multivitamins, and this is definitely the biggest chunk, the biggest sale I've seen them do in all of the times I've worked with them. And so definitely a good time to try it. If you've been thinking about it, you can shop the sale by going to ritual.com/jessicabraun40. Use my code jessicabraun40 at checkout. I can also pop the QR code here if you'd rather scan it that way. But the reason I love Ritual is that the Essential for Women is a clean, high quality multivitamin for women aged 18 to 49 to help fill in key nutrient gaps in your diet. It can be really hard, especially during the holiday season, at least for me it is, to maintain a well-balanced diet. And I love that you can take a supplement like this to help fill in those gaps. So it is clinically backed. They're always really transparent about what is in their multivitamins, which is something I really personally appreciate. Why it's in there. They'll give you the scientific data and studies as to why that key ingredient is in there. I feel like there's not many multivitamin companies that do that, at least in my experience. They'll even tell you where it's sourced from, who the supplier is, etc. That is so neat, but it also shares what it's supposed to do for your body. So even if you just out of curiosity popped over to Ritual's site, I think that is really interesting to see. But it is super easy to take. It is just 2 daily capsules. You can take them with or without food. They're really gentle on an empty stomach. So they actually use a delayed release capsule design. And so it'll bypass the stomach and will dissolve in the small intestine, which is actually more ideal for nutrient absorption. I thought that was really interesting when I learned that. But it is also formulated without GMOs, no gluten or major allergens, and it's artificial colorant free. So I actually always take mine at night when I am brushing my teeth. These have a mint essence in them, so they're pleasant to take, but it works really well. I kind of have it habit stacked with brushing my teeth, so I haven't forgotten to take my multivitamin in, I feel like, years, because I now just do those together every night. So that's one way if you feel like you've never been regular about taking vitamins. This is wonderful because you can take it any time of day, and I feel like that works really well for me. So if you want to get 40% off your first month with Ritual, you can go to ritual.com/jessicabraun40. Again, use my code jessicabraun40 for 40% off. I'll pop the QR code on the screen again for you if you'd rather scan it. I always have the link and code in the description box and a pinned comment. Whatever's easiest for you to find. I feel like right now it's kind of confusing with YouTube. They keep making changes, so sometimes it's hard to find the description box. So again, this is probably the best time to buy. It's the highest offer I've seen from Ritual. So if you've been hearing me talk about it for a long time, I mean, I genuinely use it and love it. My husband does, my daughter does. So we stand by it. I love Ritual as a company. I know you guys will too. Thank you so much, Ritual, for supporting my channel and sponsoring this part of the video. So I usually organize these by category. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's start with makeup. Juicy. Because I do try a lot of makeup here on my channel, I don't go through as much makeup as maybe someone that didn't do what I do. And so it's always exciting when I actually use something up, because that means I really, really liked it a lot. This is something I really, really liked. I've already repurchased the Lawless Hold Up Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax. I love this stuff. It's not wildly waxy, despite its name. It adds just enough color to your brows without being overwhelming. It has a little bit of hold. It's not the strongest hold, I will definitely say that. So if that's something that's of utmost importance to you, this might not be the product for you. But I'll usually just go in with a clear brow gel. I can link my favorite one down below if you're just curious, that has the best hold without being crunchy. But I love this. I use it every day. I used it up and I've already bought a new one. I use the shade medium dark, and it's just got one of those small little teeny tiny spoolies. I absolutely love it. All right, the ever viral L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. I really liked this stuff. It's had its time in the sun and the shade, because it that was actually a really funny play on words. There was a lot of drama is what I'm trying to say around this mascara, but it does look really pretty on the lashes. It really does. This is the kind that you will poke yourself in the eye the first like week of using this. So if that freaks you out, I just wouldn't even try with this. There's something about the way it is that I've been applying mascara for quite a while now, and I can't not poke myself in the eye. I have to be so careful. I don't know what it is about this, but it gives a ton of curl volume. It still separates. This is a very good mascara, but you just have to be careful with the wand. It's got this edge that's free of bristles that just deposits a ton of the mascara product onto your lashes, and then you can turn it and use the combs to comb it through your lashes, and I think that's part of the magic of this. But yeah, I was a big fan. I didn't find that I always say fudged or smudged or flaked on me at all, but I feel like that's not a common problem for me, but I know, I'll be curious. If you've tried this, did you find that it flaked or smudged? Let us know down below. Well, my favorite mascara is the Tower 28 Make Waves. I'm not gonna dwell on this long, I talk about it a lot. It is my favorite. If you are in a mascara rut, this is around $20. I'm sure Tower 28 is doing a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale of some kind. So I'll link that, because there's no way their site isn't. And this is my favorite mascara. It's definitely dried up at this point. I've already opened a new one. I'm like a month and a half into that one. They just launched a brown one as well, which I have not tried. I'm trying to wait until I need to open a new one. But this is my favorite. No flaking or smudging on me. Curls the lashes, separates. It is, I mean, it's what I'm wearing today. I feel like it does such a good job. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. I've heard some people saying, like, most people love it, but a few of you guys have commented and said, okay, Jess, I tried it and didn't like it. That is so surprising to me. So if you've tried this and loved it, tell me why. And if you've tried it and didn't like it, tell me why. Tell me your experience. Obviously, we all have different eye shapes and the way our lashes are, and like, I don't put mascara very often on my lower lash line. I just haven't been. But for example, my mom, I feel like most mascaras smudge on her. So like, I don't think she even really wears mascara much anymore, but all growing up, I remember she had that issue and she'd have to buy one particular kind. So we're all so different. Let me know your experience with it. Wow, 2 other mascaras. So the Tartelette Tubing Mascara is the one that I really, really liked when I had the small deluxe trial size. It was amazing. But when I bought the full size, this was Smudge City on me. I couldn't, and again, I don't usually have that problem. So I don't know what in the world was right about the travel size that wasn't right in this one, but this one it's definitely time to go, but I was so disappointed in that. And then this one was a fail. It's the Rose Ink Mascara. It just looks very blah. It doesn't add much of anything. And for the price point, you can get ones that give this really chill look at a much lower price point. So if that's what you're wanting, just kind of low-key, fluttery, not wildly curled or volumized, I would get the e.l.f. Roller Lash. You put one layer of that on, not Roller Lash, Lash and Roll. It's the dupe for Roller Lash. I love that one, and it's a lot more of a natural look. So I would go for that, save your money, don't spend it on the Rose Ink one. We've got some fresh coffee in our mug today. Feeling good. My favorite liner, I get asked a lot still what my favorite smudge-proof liner, like one that you can put in the waterline and it's not gonna go anywhere. That is this for me, the Sephora 12-hour liner. This is a nub. I've already repurchased this multiple times. I like the shade Tiramisu. It's a really deep, dark brown, but it just looks pretty when you smudge it. There's something about it. It's waterproof. I have not tested that theory, but I would believe that. I feel like when I put it in the waterline, it does not, I'll put it in my upper waterline, it never transfers down. It's that good. And it's like around $10 to $12, and they have a lot of colors. So highly recommend. I feel like I talk about that one a lot too. And the Grande Brow, I absolutely love. So I am I mean, there's 2 here. I just reopened a new one I bought during the Sephora sale when it was, a chunk off. I find, this makes a difference. There's no doubt this will make your brow hairs grow. Mine grew in like fuller, therefore they looked darker. So I felt like I had less to fill in. And that was a life changer for me years ago. So the thing about this product is if you stop using it, it stops working. So you have to continually use it, at least in some capacity. So something to keep in mind. I am interested for the lashes. I've been using the Grande Lash Serum. I want to try more of a peptide-based lash serum because I've heard a lot of you guys say the Grande Lash Serum, and even kind of looking into it a bit, can irritate some of your eyes. I've been using it for years and haven't had that irritation. However, it still makes me wonder, and I'm like, well, what else is out there? So there are peptide-based ones I'm kind of curious to try too. So I might dive into that realm for my lashes and then let you know my experience. Let me know if you have one you recommend. I know The Ordinary makes one that I have my eyes on, and it's affordable too, which is nice, and I feel like a lot of people love that. I'm throwing perfume into this category because I don't know, I like makeup and perfume go hand in hand, and I can't explain it. In my mind, they do. I finished up the K. Ali Eden Juicy Apple perfume. Smells really good. It was a small size, so I used it up pretty quickly. I feel like it didn't last long though when I would spray it on. So it smelled great. I think for maybe a purse perfume, especially during the fall, like apple season, this was lovely, but I don't know that I would need to buy it again now. Now that I've noticed it really never lasted long on the skin, but it did smell good. Where do I want to go next? Let's talk skincare. Okay, I have 2 Tatcha products. The Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair, you guys know, is like my holy grail skincare product. I'm about to open another one because I think, is my other one almost used up? So anyway, I always have this in my life. It is one of those all-in-one skincare products. So if I were to be in a rush and not wanting to do my multi-step skincare routine, I would just wash my face and put this on. It's a moisturizer, it's a serum. It has so much packed into one. I absolutely loved it. I loved it for years. It's pricey, but again, it's a powerhouse. So I think it's worth the price. I love it so much. Highly, highly recommend. And then the Tatcha Indigo Cleansing Balm was wonderful. However, I flew through it. So there's that piece where it's like, if you could just blow all your money on cleansing balm, go for it because it was lovely. But I went through this so fast. There are other ones where you can spend less money and go through it just as fast and it can be just as effective. So I definitely feel like this is worth the money. This one, at the rate you go through it, I don't think it's worth it. Speaking of cleansing balms though, this one is definitely a little more affordable. The Bioma Melting Balm Cleanser. I really liked this. It worked really well. It felt good when you would put the balm on the dry skin and then of course you wash it off and then go in with your cleanser. I went through it pretty quickly, but it at least is a little bit more, an easier pill to swallow because it wasn't as pricey. So I could see myself buying this again. The more I've thought about it and compared it to that, and then the one I'm using right now, I could see myself buying this one again, for sure. I do have a special place in my heart, however, for the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. This is a yellow oil, kind of olive oily in consistency, and I think olive oil is an ingredient too, maybe. It doesn't say it on there. Anyway, I really like this. I like that instead of a balm, I can just squirt a pump or 2 in my hand, work it onto my dry skin. It breaks down the makeup really well, but you're not having to dig your finger into a tub. Like there is something very nice about this. I travel with this a lot too because they have a nice travel size. So this is something yearly, at least I'm buying once or twice. It's definitely one of my favorite makeup removers. You guys know I like the Timeless Vitamin C Serum. The other one I've talked about that I love is very different. It is the Goodall Vitamin C Serum. I've worked with them in the past. That one is thicker. But you know what I mean? Feels more like a serum. This one feels like water. So it is a very different consistency. I like both. It kind of depends on what you would prefer, but I definitely like this one and would recommend it too. And then the La Roche-Posay Hydrating Gentle Cleanser is my fave. It's pretty much what I'm always using. I'm currently using an Aveeno one I'm loving too that's very similar. I think it's a little bit cheaper, although I have to wonder if I broke down the ounces, if they might be closer in price, but big fan of this. If you're in need of a great non-stripping, non-foaming face cleanser, you would love this one. Ooh, let's talk body care. First up, Necessaire, the body serum. I used up another one. This, I feel like I should disclose if I have a relationship with different brands. It's the nature of what I do. I have worked with Necessaire recently. They do not know I'm talking about them in this. I love this body serum. It is one that I will mix into, like I'll do a few pumps of this and my moisturizer together. It just kind of saves time, and I feel like I'm still getting the benefits of it all over my body. And I find that I would use it more often than if I were doing the steps separately. So just a little hack. I'm sure you might get slightly more benefit if you did the serum first, but it works really well for me. So I wanted to share that if you're always short on time and you end up just cutting out the moisturizer step because you're like, I don't have time. If you mix a few things together, it makes it a little more doable for your whole body. So I am a big fan of the body serum. I just love the idea of skincare for your whole body beyond just your face, you know. Oh, my favorite bronzing mousse. I bought a big daddy of this. Was it this summer or this fall? The Saint Tropez bronzing mousse. It's their Express. This is my favorite. The Express specifically. I will put this on and leave it on overnight, honestly. It gives the tan I like. It's not orange. I don't find that it's streaky. I've loved this for years. I've tried a lot of the ones and none of them quite compare to this one. And I don't know what it is. I do use the Saint Tropez mitt as well, which is a couple bucks that I'll replace from time to time. And they also sell a travel size of this. So for me, we have a trip coming up very, very soon. And when we are on that trip, I tend to like self-tan beforehand, and then I'll bring the travel size to be able to self-tan like halfway through if it's, you know, we're going to a warm location. So anyway, love this stuff so much. The Cuccio, that cannot be how it's pronounced. Cuticle oil, milk and honey. I love this stuff. I've repurchased it. I keep this in my nightstand. You can get a bigger one, which honestly, I'm going through the smaller one. I'm like, I probably should just get the big one. But I've been using on my cuticles. It is wild to me. When I go through a spell, because I always do it before bed, and when I go through a spell where I'm not putting on cuticle oil, you can tell. I've been going through a spell. You probably can't see it as well like in these close-ups, but my cuticles, especially with the winter coming, suffer. But when I'm using the oil, even if it's every other night, it makes such a difference. And I used to be in the camp where I'm like, it can't be making that much of a difference. Like, is it even worth the time? It is, and it does make a difference. So I think it works to keep in my nightstand, but there's a part of me that's like, maybe I stack this with like brushing my teeth, taking my vitamin, putting on my cuticle oil while I'm in the bathroom. Because by the time I'm like sitting in bed, I'm ready to start reading something, I'm drinking tea, like I'm doing other things. So I'm just thinking out loud here. But I feel like that's the name of the game with skincare and body care and all these different things. You're trying to be regular about applying certain things, but it can be really hard to make those things a habit, you know? The O'Keeffe's Healthy Feet Cream. This is the best seller on my Amazon storefront. More of you guys have bought this one product than anything else I've recommended. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure this is number one, and it has been for a very long time. When I tell you, and now I have proof because I tried another O'Keeffe's product and it is not the same. So this is the Healthy Feet Cream in this pot. I've already bought another one. I bought the Healthy Feet like lotion, let's say. I don't know. I'll put a picture of it. It's in a squeezy tube. Thinking, well, that'll be a little easier to apply at night. Certainly it's like the same thing. Generally, it's the same brand, same line. No. That stuff was okay, but it was not the magic of this. When I would put that on every night, I felt like my feet were getting dry like normal. I'm like, what in the world? So I finally, like a few weeks ago, bought this again and started reapplying it. And within a few days, sure enough, my feet are soft as a baby's bottom. This stuff is magic. It is in a league above. If you have been trying things, buy this, try it every night for a few nights, and I promise you will start to see a difference. But I think it's one of those things that, like the brow serum, you have to keep using. But you know what? I'm okay with that because everything else I was using I felt like wasn't working. Okay, enough foot talk. Gross. Okay, Lumi is another brand I've worked with, so I feel like I should just say that. This is their whole body deodorant, their deodorant wipes. I've used up all of these. I have a squeezy tube one, like of deodorant, that is almost gone, but I still had enough that I was like, it's not its time to be an empties video. I love these deodorant wipes. They work really well. You know, there was a few times where we were both sick and we were sweating a lot at night. And to be able to wake up in the morning and just kind of use these was really nice. But also after a workout, if you don't have time to shower, sometimes you just feel like you need a little refresher. These were really, really nice. This is the deodorant I use. I've been using for quite a while. This is the unscented smooth solid. This is the coconut. I've been using the unscented a lot because then I feel like I can let my perfume shine, but I really like the coconut smell too. I have the coconut smell in the squeezy tube deodorant that's almost gone. So I really like it. That's all I'll say on it because I will talk about it in another video, but I'm very clearly a fan. And I've tried a lot of natural deodorants that just didn't work on me. This is one that I feel actually does work on me. Oh, my beloved Tree Hut shave oil. They now have other scents. I just bought a candy cane scent, which is so exciting. I just put that in my shower. This is the coconut lime. I just love it. I've never, since discovering this a few years ago, I've never gone back to traditional like shaving cream for your legs. This does the trick. I mean, my legs are smoother than they've ever been. It doesn't gunk up my razor. I just love it, and it's at the drugstore. What's not to love, you know? Aveeno body wash. There's skin relief. This is specifically the fragrance-free. This is my #1 body wash that I've used for years. The Necessaire one is very, very similar if you get the fragrance-free, but this is a drugstore one I absolutely love, and I go back to time and time again for a reason. If you have itchy, dry skin, you will love this. You will love this. Another moisturizer I love, body moisturizer, is the La Roche-Posay Lipicar Balm. They might have renamed this. I wanna say, because this I've had for a while, and like when I opened it, I'd already had it for a while. So I wanna say they renamed it something slightly similar, but it's the same product. National Eczema Association, like stamp of approval, if you will. Works great. I have skin that, again, I usually use fragrance-free and body care products for a reason, and this is just a wonderful, wonderful moisturizer. All right, let's do hair care. I've been on a journey, you guys. Let me move all my hair stuff. I've been on a journey because ever since, well, I was gonna say putting color in my hair, but you know what I mean. I had never done anything to my hair by way of bleaching, dyeing, color, any of that. I obviously also don't really know what I'm talking about because that's not my area of expertise. I'm not sure that I have an area of expertise, honestly. Anyway, but ever since doing it, I definitely was like, okay, you know, you start to notice bits of damage that when you had nothing in your hair, you wouldn't have had. So trying to find products that work really well for me now, this has been a new journey, you know? All right, let's talk shampoo and conditioner. This is the Inner Sense Pure Harmony Hair Bath and Pure Inspiration Daily Conditioner. This was really pricey. It's more of a, you know, I don't know if it's like considered a clean brand. I mean, you know, you put clean in quotes. But my point is, I think it's more of a natural brand. Maybe that's the better terminology. It just made my hair really tangly. I'm already prone to tangly hair, and it really didn't do me any help. So even if the products themselves were good for my hair, it didn't feel like they were, because on the other end of shampooing and conditioning, I felt like I was having to brush through my hair, and then there's breakage. So for me, this just did not work. It does smell really nice though. Kind of like oranges in a way. So, you know, I don't think I would need to buy it again. I'm right now using one I got at the salon, the Kevin Murphy Repair line, that I am loving. Like, I've gone through one and repurchased it, and they are not cheap. I don't even know that I could link this for you, because obviously I bought it at a salon, but it's also, I'm pretty sure Kevin Murphy is an Australian brand, right? And so I don't even think it's as easy, so I'll see what I can find. But that line, the specific conditioner, is just like, my hair just, it is detangled, it is silky smooth, but it's not weighed down, and I have never found that in a conditioner. So I am like, okay, I don't need to try any more shampoos and conditioners. I found the one, but it is, I feel like it's really pricey. Anyway, all right, next up, the Amika The Wizard Detangling Primer, silicone-free. It says new and improved. I had not tried the original one. But I love these kinds of products because they're usually a heat protectant as well. So they're detangling, kind of like a leave-in conditioner, heat protectant. I use that every single time I wash my hair when I get out and it's towel dried. So I'm currently using the one I love, the Ava NYC one, but the nozzle is leaking everywhere, and it is driving me crazy. And so many of you guys have said on my Instagram that it's like a known problem now. So I'm hoping they fix it, because that is my favorite, but I can't. with how oily and leaky it's getting all over everything every time I use it. So it's driving me crazy. So I might repurchase the Amica one just because hey, Jessica, I might literally just go home and pour that into this so I can at least use it with a nozzle that works for now. But hopefully Ava NYC fixes that. Let me know if you know anything I don't, but I did like this. It's just like double the price of the other brands. So I feel like they're very similar products, but it's nice. Probably my favorite deep conditioner is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. This smells incredible. It's such a specific smell, and definitely a little bit of a honey smell, but like a sweet honey. It's got, I think, fig extract. I could kind of smell that. I love the smell. The smell will linger in your hair for a little while, which I love too. It's just an all-around really good one. Again, it's around drugstore price as well. I buy this at the drugstore, so definitely my favorite. I have a few dry shampoos to talk about. The Anomaly dry shampoo. This was pretty good. I just feel like it's a little bit hard to get your hands on. I think this brand is sold at, I want to say like CVS or somewhere like that. I would consider buying this again, to be honest. I feel like it didn't have as bad of a white cast and it worked pretty well. So I might put that to the side, honestly, and look into it. But, well, if you want to know my favorite, I just did a current favorites video. That I talk about my favorite dry shampoo, and it is very affordable. So I'm not going to talk about it here. I'll just link that video if you have not seen it. I also tried the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak, which I tried years ago, and the Not Your Mother's Plump for Joy. These are like their travel sizes. I could not finish the Plump for Joy. It's literally half because it did not soak up oil in my hair. I don't know if I've just got oil that will not quit, but I would just be spraying and spraying, and I'm like, I feel like it's not doing anything. I do feel like this one did more. So I would consider buying this again if I needed a cheap travel size. I don't know that I love this enough that I would need to get the full size though. I think it does the job. It is not terrible. I know a lot of people really like this line, but again, the one I mentioned in my favorites is affordable and so effective. I also finished up the Color Wow cult favorite hairspray. This is not worth the price, you guys. It's just not. My favorite is the Bedhead Masterpiece one. That is expensive too, but you can get really good deals on Amazon. Like you can get a 2-pack or a 3-pack where it'll break down to like $10 a bottle, which a full-size bottle is like 20 something. So I love that. I have loved it for years. This is more expensive than that, I'm pretty sure. And I just felt like it was just a normal hairspray. Like I could have been blindfolded and this just would have been Tresemme and I would have been like, yeah, okay, it does the job, but it's nothing special. So for the price point, I just don't think it's worth it. But boy, this Color Wow brand is having a moment. I'm trying a lot of their other products too, but yeah, that one was just okay. Let us move on to miscellaneous. I just have a couple. This Hello Epic Whitening Charcoal, absolutely not. My breath has never smelled worse than when I was using this toothpaste morning and night. Really though. And I get it, like there's reasons someone might use this. It's vegan, there's no peroxide, artificial flavor, sweeteners, whatever. I totally get it. And that's why I was trying it. I was like, I want to try something different. It just didn't do the job I really did need it to do. So this is one. I finished about half of it and I was like, okay, I just can't do it anymore. I did finish the Crest Pro Health Advanced Whitening with fluoride. It is alcohol free. This is generally what I use. I think I have just like the Crest 3D white one right now. I have to be honest. I used to not regularly use mouthwash, but I'm very prone to cavities. So just any mouthwash in general, like if it's got the fluoride in it, bonus points because I genuinely need it. Like my dentist has told me. But then I like, of course, that there is whitening. I definitely notice a difference when I'm using it versus not, especially since I do drink coffee, right? So that's everything. That was a lot. I have a few more I almost brought just to bump this up to like exactly 40 products because I'm probably going to title this like 40 beauty products because instead of saying, I don't know how many I have, like 37, I feel like it just is more visually pleasing to see 40 beauty products. So just sharing my thought process. I know I'm a big fat liar, okay? So thank you again to Ritual for sponsoring a part of this video. If you want to get a huge chunk off your first order with Ritual, you can use my code jessicabraun40 at ritual.com/jessicabraun40. I'll pop the QR code on the screen again if you'd rather scan it. But yeah, I really think you will love it. They have a multivitamin for everyone in your family, which is so cool. And they also have a lot of other products. They have like protein powders I've tried I really liked. They had, when I was pregnant, a prenatal protein powder that was awesome. I would drink throughout the week, which was really cool. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. If you have not subscribed, and maybe this is your very first video of mine you're watching, please let me know below in a comment if it is, because that is so exciting. I'm always curious what video brought people to my channel, you know what I mean? So let me know. If you are new here, I'd love to say hey right back to you in a comment. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.